Well, good morning. Let's talk about containers. Well, all right, I'm here with a few of my containers to kind of give you an idea. Now, common 5-gallon buckets. This is an old flower pot, but whatever you have. I'm going to start off talking about lettuce. Now, both these were planted at the same time. This one, I just gave it a little haircut, and we all had a nice salad a couple of days ago. It's already perking right back up, and new leaves are coming out, and it'll be ready in another few days. This one hasn't been cut yet. It's ready now. I could use that tonight, when I fix supper. So as long as you don't cut off the growing tip of the plants, you can either just kind of give it a haircut or take individual leaves, however you like to do it. As long as that's what's going on, it'll keep growing till the lettuce bolts later on this summer. Then I'm going to show you, this is one bucket that I've got planted in carrots. Now I've got 3 more of these. Carrots, Kansas, we have pretty dense soil, clay soil. So carrots don't do very well in Kansas. But I've grown them in 5-gallon buckets and had them grow clear to the bottom of the bucket and grow nice carrots. Oh, look at their stink dog. Okay. Well, so that's a good way to do it. If you don't have an area where you've got nice, loose, deep soil that carrots will grow, 5-gallon bucket works great. And the last one I'm going to show you here, this is just a little summer squash that I planted. And I was real happy with that because I think I mentioned before, I found this pack of seed in my room on my table. And it had to be 2 or 3 years old. But by gosh, one come up and it's getting ready to bloom and growing like a weed. So, easy stuff, fun stuff. I enjoy the raised beds. But you know what? Doing some containers on the side is nothing but fun. I have just enjoyed this almost more. So, I can see that if a situation happened that I couldn't do a big raised bed anymore, you know what? I could get by with a bunch of buckets, Now, one thing I'm going to mention, I do use rabbit manure because I have it. But of course, a bagged compost or bagged manure works just as well. I bought 1 bag of potting mix 3 years ago, I think. This bag, it was the big bag, 2 cubic foot or something like that. It was a big bag, filled 3 or 4 buckets at the time. Now every year I take these containers, I dump them into the wheelbarrow. For a 5-gallon bucket, I probably add another couple of gallons of rabbit manure. Stir it up good, refresh it, add some new stuff, and put it back in the bucket. Well, what this does is it allows me to just keep filling more and more buckets every year. Like I say, I started out with 4, now I've got 6 plus this. Next year I'm going to have to go buy 2 or 3 more buckets or more just to reuse the soil. And so it's been very cost effective, And like I say, even if you didn't have rabbit manure, you can always buy a bag of composted manure and add 1 bag of composted manure into your container soil each year and grow it that way. So all right, that is the extent of it. There's not a real anything real deep, but at least this is light and fun. At least this is just showing you something that works good, that's easy to do. And the buckets are simple. I mean, I just drilled a few holes in the bottom. The holes don't have to be any particular size, but just so it gets some drainage. just drilled a few holes in the bottom, and here they are. Filled them up, put some seed in, you know, uh, and then you just let them grow. The rabbit manure is real mild, doesn't have to be composted, but irregardless of what you choose to use, you know, this is just an easy, cost-effective, fun, simple way to garden. You know, I see a lot of posts on Facebook where people are starting with containers. You know, maybe they live in an apartment and they have a balcony and they can have a few containers on their balcony, or whatever it might be. You know, whether they don't have the space or they just aren't ready to dig up a section of yard and try to garden, or just can't afford to put up a raised bed or something right now yet, so they start with containers. Well, I kind of went the opposite. I started with the raised beds, but now I'm outgrowing into containers and just enjoy it more every year. Well, all right, y'all have a quality day.